boom, striker options are now afoot. And the 3 that are on the short list that is public, we don't know if they have anyone else, is Benjamin Sesko, Ollie Watkins, and Nicholas Jackson. Let's shelf Jackson for the end because I have thoughts on him. I know you have thoughts on him. But we'll talk about Seshko. I want to say first because I don't know a ton about the player. I don't watch him all the time. Youngest, he's like the youngest, like next prospect. If you were like looking at the pecking order of guys, like I think he was next up on the list for a lot of teams that didn't want Ekatike.
Yep.
Or Gyökeres.
Yep.
So big physical body, fucking has a strike on him. Like if I know one thing about Benjamin Sesko is he can score a fucking worldie if he wants. Not great with the ball, I think, from my understanding of the data. It's not great with the ball at his feet, not a great distributor.
Not awful.
True awful. 9, right? Like that's
he's a target man. Really high, really good vertical leap. I think in terms of like a center forward prospect, you look at his attributes and you just start like drooling, like, oh, look at all this, but he's super raw. That's the thing with him.
Yeah.
That's the real hang up. I think that was Arsenal's main target, and I still think profile-wise, that's the exact profile Arsenal would want up top. But 90 million was the asking price. I think that's a little ridiculous. I think his agent's pricing him out. Because last year is Arsenal and Chelsea, and he decided we're going to stay one more year, do a little bit more.
And he took a dip, right?
Adding over in the Bundesliga. And then, no, he was all right. He did pretty good. But this was the summer where it's okay, he's leaving. And I mean, we bought 2 strikers. Arsenal, I mean, as of recording, it's still not over the line, but I think they're going to get Gyökeres. Did his agent price him out of a move? He might not have anywhere else to go, but I also don't think United are going to spend 90 million euros on a guy who's not proven after what's happened with Højlund. I think that can very well end up happening again if the rest of the team's not working correctly. You just have this really athletic, young, raw striker just kind of lost in the box, just kind of standing there waiting for something to happen. So that one, I don't love it. If he's walking into a good team, it's different. If there's another striker there and he has time to develop, he's not fully relied upon to be the guy yet. But I don't think this makes sense for either party. Maybe he's desperate for a big team and he wants to go, but I think for his development and for where United want to go, you need more of a proven commodity or at least a known commodity. So I would be pretty hesitant with him. And then Ollie Watkins, I mean, a known commodity, but a depreciating asset. So you're going to pay 50 million for him. That's another 50 the whole. Like you're not getting, you're going to get 10 million for him if you sell him. Dipped last year. He's almost 30. So I don't know if I love, depends on the type of business you do. If it's maybe 40, 35, if the price makes sense, it makes sense. I think it's not the end of the world. It's a decent move.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson's probably the best option of the 3, given what you probably end up paying. I think 60?
That'd be the question.
If I had to guess. 60, 65. I'd hope for him. I don't think he's leaving, though, to be perfectly honest. From everything I'm seeing, we have a high asking price. And I think we said it last week. His reputation does not match what he actually is as a player, in my opinion. He gets grouped into that like Antony and Mudryk mean level of player. He's a very raw player who's gotten double-digit goals up top for Chelsea as a striker. And I think given Chelsea's recent history, that's really impressive, especially given he's a winger turned into a striker, played half a season up top before coming over. I think he's done really well, all things considered. Again, similar to what I said about Noni, I think Chelsea are on one path and Jackson isn't caught up yet. And I still think there's a player in there. I think at United, he'd probably do well with guys like Cunha and Mbeumo. He's a guy who loves to link up when he's on his game. That's the type of player he is, creating space for guys who score goals. So work rate off the ball, you never have to question that. At his worst, he's going to be hounding center backs and goalies off the ball. But yeah, the striker market is just so peculiar, but you need one. You do need one. Yeah. I think there's no doubts about that. But what other guys are there other than these 3? Because I think out of the 3 on the screen, Ollie Watkins is the only one I can see happening. Jackson, if there's other PSR moves with United, Villa, Chelsea, I think those 3 teams can still be, their fates can still be connected here. in terms of PSR and transfers. Garnacho can be involved in this too, unfortunately. But I think those teams, that's a real domino. But yeah, what other strikers could you even move for? Like, I think it was like Ratigi from Italy. He went to Saudi. Like
There's been
even those sort of guys.
There's like Moises Keane has been kind of semi-linked all summer. I don't know if that's just an Italian thing. I'm not high on him. I think these are the three that I would want United to full send. And if they weren't able to get one of the three, then I'm just saying go get a midfielder, like pay the premium on a midfielder. Like that's kind of where I'm at. If I had to rank these three guys, I think I C.O.C first just because I think getting Mbeumo and getting Cunha just makes a project striker like way easier to kind of fit in.
There's less on the shoulders with those guys.
100%. And like United system still has some crossing base into it. And after seeing kind of like what Dorgu was providing, like the idea of having an aerial threat in the box, like just some big fucker to kind of put away chances. Like United scored a lot of goals last season with Maguire going up front. So C.O.'s just true. I think you have the best return for your money potentially. I don't think his price tag is that high because I just don't think there's suitors. So if he wants to move, it'll have to drop. And I don't think that Leipzig are in a crazy. Yeah, 90 is ridiculous. Like if
Euros, but still it's a high number.
Yeah, if we paid like 60, 70, like I wouldn't be
75 crazy. Plus 5 is I think the lowest it might go. But to your point,
75 plus
he's got a month and a half left. I don't think he wants to be at Leipzig next year.
Yeah, so it's really going to be on the play. Like if the player wants to move to United, he will really have to push it, and United will be in the driver's seat from there because they've got a free shot at him. Nobody else can go and get that type of player. Like nobody in the
Newcastle? Market. I wouldn't think so, but they tried to get a
really fit. No, I don't know if that necessarily fits their model, but
I don't think so.
To be fair, like they totally could, and I think they're more attractive prospect and project for a player of him.
I saw we got linked to him again. We got linked not like heavily, but like we're kind of back in there, and I think that just again comes down to if Jackson ends up leaving.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be a smart. I don't think it'd be a smart allocation of funds on our part, but I think we're also guilty of unintelligent allocations of funds in the recent past as well. So can't put anything past us. But I think in terms of return on investment, I think Jackson could be. You know how I feel about it.
I think for the price that you're talking about, I'm so far out on Jackson. It's not funny. I don't think.
What if it was 55?
I'm not paying anything more than 40, and that just like might not be his market value, right? And that's fine. But like,
so we paid 35.
Yeah, personally for me, I think that like in negotiations, United should be in the driver position for that because he's just not going to play many games at the current rate. Like you have two guys, you paid 30 and you paid 55. They both started and played over him in a very important competition. And I just don't see him being anywhere in the pecking order of Maresca's. And I think that if you're United, you should go into negotiations going, he's your third string striker. Like if you want him to be gone, like you want the PSR implications, we'll go to like 45 max would be kind of like where I'm at. But he feels like a stopgap striker for me in the sense of just like, I can't see his ceiling being exponentially higher than what it's currently at. I just don't think that he's ever going to get the shooting boots that he would need to be that.
Yeah.
But as a player that you're really talking about, like super serviceable. Super serviceable.
That's what it comes down to for me is because I mean that first half of last season, fuck man, he had the shooting boots. The ball striking itself, it's questionable. But the finishing was there. And that was just such a complete version of him. And I think again, my whole thing and just believing that he'll come good is just how late he started playing at a high level. Didn't come up playing in a European academy. He didn't play very organized football until pretty late compared to a lot of these guys we talk about. So that's where my optimism sort of comes in on him filling in the blanks of learning how to really be a striker because his movement in the box sometimes leaves a lot to be desired and making the right runs there. It doesn't really get many of those strikers goals that you would love for him to get. But I think that can come with time. But Chelsea are in an interesting spot where, I mean, they're world champions now. We don't really have time to wait. We need known commodities. We need guaranteed goals. I still think he has a role to play. his stock isn't going to be any lower than it is right now. I mean, I think those 2 red cards absolutely killed the trajectory of his Chelsea career. The one against Newcastle and then doing it again, 2 minutes after coming on in a game. That's type of stuff's inexcusable. It's selfish. I can live with those horrible missed chances because I see so much good in him. I see how hard he works. And even now, he wants to stay. He wants to fight for his place. I love it. I hope he succeeds. I still think Pedro's going to be floating around a bit in our attack. I don't think he's a nailed on number 9. Delap is, but he's young. I still think there's Jackson's got something to say. I still think he'll have something to say going into the season. I hope we keep him. I like Jackson. I really like Jackson. But I can absolutely see writing on the wall at the same time. If he doesn't respond to the call, I don't see his future looking too bright with us. But I love the mentality because he hasn't had competition with us yet. He hasn't had any competition up top, and now he has it. No. So I'd love for him to see how he reacts, because I think even if his stock does tank, I don't think you take a loss on him on this type of player.
No, so it wouldn't be a loss. But
no, I think we make a profit on him regardless. I hate that, I mean, it's our project. This is how it works, but I hate talking about a guy I like so much like that. I hope he works it out, but who the fuck knows?
For me, like with him, like it's an IQ thing. I just don't see his IQ being high enough to like really make him an elite 9. But like he's very good. I like I think that we've talked about agendas like for United fans that are like so anti Nicholas Jackson. Like he is leaps and bounds better than the current guy that we have, right? Like leaps and bounds. It's not even close. Like they're not on the same stratosphere. Nicholas Jackson has been he's part of a project that got Champions League this year. So he can be very serviceable. And I think around 2 very good players can be great. I just don't want to pay. I'm not paying a premium on a guy's ceiling that I don't really value as high as like.
We see the ceiling differently. That's all it is. So, yeah.
It's really what it is. Yeah.